Hey, welcome back to the I Date Money Money Talk show. It's my favorite topic. I date money. But no, seriously, I want to tell you guys, money is not the problem. Money is not the problem. Your relationship with it is. And if you've been the master at avoiding money, well, then this episode is for you. Welcome to the show. I'm your hostess, Lisa Drennon, your wealth activator and the creator of this podcast, the I Date Money movement, where we rewrite our money stories, activate cash flow, and stop handing our power over to our bank balance. So let's be honest here for a second. Have you ever met anyone who said, no, I don't want any more money? Good. Yeah, me neither. Even millionaires want more money. And that should tell you something, because money isn't about numbers. It's about alignment. And today we're going to go deep into the real reason money isn't showing up the way you want it to. Money isn't out there. It's in here. It's not about how much you hustle. It's about how you relate to the wealth, because money is a mirror, a direct reflection of your internal world, of your desires, of what you want. We've been conditioned by family, schools, society to believe that more money equals more sacrifice. You've heard, got to work harder to make more money. But that's a lie, because this is what I want to tell you today. You don't have to trade your peace for profit. You don't have to burn out to build wealth. And you don't have to earn your worthiness. You get to decide right now. Right now, you get to decide. So I love asking this question: what's your number? What's the number? What's the amount of money that you want to receive? Money loves clarity. It responds to precision. So take a moment, pause this podcast if you have to, and ask yourself, how much money do I actually desire, and by when? Not more money, not abundance, a specific number, a specific time frame. You're familiar with the SMART acronym about our goals: specific, measurable, attainable, right? You know all those. You know that acronym. We want to apply this, okay? Because when you have a plan for your money, you will be successful. Money is an energy. That's why it's called currency. And energy needs a target. So I want you to commit to this, okay? Stop avoiding the truth. Do you know what's in your bank account right now? Do you know what's coming in this week? Do you know what's going out? And if not, that's okay. We don't all have these numbers at the top of our head, but it's time to change it. It's time to make a commitment. It's time not to restrict yourself, but to reclaim your power. Tracking isn't about spreadsheets, it's about sovereignty. And when you start tracking daily, when you start looking at your money in, your money out, guess what it creates? Balance. You guessed it. If you guessed balanced, you guessed right. And that's one habit that we can use to get a jumpstart on our income, to multiply our income, because whatever we focus on multiplies, right? What I want you to do is think about your belief system. We go into these loops, and I have lots of belief systems. Money burns a hole in my pocket. You have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul. You know, there's things that we grow up with, that we're conditioned with. And when you look at your number, okay, the number that you wrote down earlier, does it scare you? Is it like, I had a client say, I want to make $25,000 a month. Okay, when? By when? How are you going to do it? It's great to have those numbers, but you know, when someone says, I want to make more money, what does that mean? You know, does that mean you want an increase of $1,000 more? You know, more can mean anything. It's so open-ended. So when you look at your dollar amount that you want to earn, does it scare you? Does it make you feel sick? Does it make your stomach flip? That is good, because that means we've hit a growth edge. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what story am I telling myself about receiving that money? What's that story? Is it, I'll be judged? People will take advantage of me. I don't know what I do with it. My partner might feel less than because you're making more money and they're not. Write it down. If you can use a pencil, even better. Pencil and paper, okay? And then I want you to burn it. Burn that piece of paper. Okay, because I want you to clean yourself of the lies that are in your head about money. Money is available to everyone, and we all have skill sets, gifts, and talents that we can use to allow ourselves to make and to receive money. So once you burn it, just take a big breath out, clear whatever is in your way, clear in whatever way feels aligned. That's going for a power walk, doing squats, doing breath work, but choose to let it go. It's a choice. Everything we do is a choice. And when we want something, we will go after it. When you think about stepping into the vibration of receiving that dollar amount, you think about those thoughts that come through. You are energetically repelling your ability to receive that dollar amount that you want. You have a war going on with your conscious and your subconscious, right? So you need to get that in alignment. You need to feel that the money is already yours. So try this exercise. Close your eyes. And I want you to visualize your bank balance reflecting your goal. Put your right hand over your heart, your left hand over your belly button, keeping those eyes closed. Take a big deep breath in and breathe out. Take another big deep breath in. Hold your breath for the count of 4 and slowly exhale. I want you to continue that breath pattern. And I want you to lean in to that dollar amount that you want and really feel it, own it. Let it light you up or calm your nervous system, whatever you need. This frequency will be your new home base. When you're ready, open your eyes and think of that feeling and use this exercise as often as you need to remind yourself to get that conscious and subconscious in alignment. So let me drop a truth bomb, okay, that most financial programs never touch, okay? Making money is one skill, right? Lots of people can make money. In the money archetype quiz, we have 7 archetypes, and Maverick the Moneymaker is one. Not a lot of people have landed on Maverick the Moneymaker. I do know several people who fit that personality. And we all have all 7 of the personalities in us, but who's the driver? And if you haven't taken the quiz, go over to idatemoney.com and go take that quiz. But making money is one skill set. So many people can take money. A lot of my clients make multiple 6 figures, but they don't have the skill set to keep the money. Okay, that's a different skill set, keeping your money. Remember, I grew up with the idea that money burns a hole in my pocket. So I was in that category. I didn't have the skill set to keep money, or so I was told, and I believed it, but it wasn't my belief. That was my mother's belief, and she could not keep money. She loved to give money away. She was like Grant the Giver. And then the third is multiplying money. This is a skill set, and that's one of my strong skill sets, is to multiply money. And it's a beautiful skill set. And if you think of the archetype personalities, Ian the investor and Sam the saver, and yes, even Harry the hoarder, they know how to multiply their money. They know how to keep their money, and they know how to multiply their money. So where true wealth is born is when you can master all 3 of these, of this skill set, right? Of this energetically aligned with money, mastering all 3 so that you can think, how can I? Looking at where are you at? Looking at making money is one skill set. How are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I make money, I make so much money, I got multiple income streams coming in. 1 being like, oh man, I'm barely making ends meet. I feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 from keeping money? You know, you're a good saver, you're setting aside a minimum of 10%. You have your emergency savings built up, you make wise purchases. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you with multiplying money? Okay. How good are you at investing and strategically making your money grow? Where's your savings account at? One of the things I see is people have their savings account in their local bank. Okay. Local banks earn 0.04% interest as of the recording of this. Nada. An online bank will earn a minimum right now of 3.8%. And this is being recorded on Sunday, May 25th, 2025, to give you some perspective if you're listening to this in the future. So ask yourself, where am I leaking the money I make? Am I scared to hold on to it? Or am I ready to put it to work for me? We want our money working for us. So I want you to commit to mastering all 3 without shame, without guilt, without delay. Okay. And I want you to think about creating a money ritual. Build a money ritual that grounds you in wealth daily. It could be writing your money goals daily, tracking your cash flow, declaring affirmations out loud, practicing visualization or breath work, celebrating every dollar that comes in with gratitude. Whatever you choose, make it daily. When you join the Wealth Accelerator, we have 6 non-negotiable steps that we do every day. They're very simple, but one of those steps is celebrating our money. Like, I have an app that shows all of my balances. It's an electronic checkbook version, and I see all the balances and I celebrate that every day. Once a week, I sit with money. I look at my investments. I reassess them. I look at my assets and I celebrate that. When I find a penny, I pick it up and all day long, you'll have good luck. Had to say that, but I celebrate that. My daughter was sharing with me when the kids were little, I would write in their journals every day something fun, it's something cute that they did. And when she was 3 years old, she found money and she picked it up and she's like, money, money, money. And she had shared that with me just last week. And she's like, well, I'm going to start doing that again. When I find money, I'm just going to pick it up. And every time I get paid and get a tip, I'm going to pick it up and money, money, money. Because we get excited when we have money and when we could use it to multiply it. I remember when I first moved to my dream home at the beach, within the first week, I found a $20 bill and I actually have it. I still have it right here in my drawer. And I have this $20 bill that I found, and I just keep it as a reminder because I did a $20 challenge. I was holding on to money so tight that I was afraid to spend it on myself unless I was using a credit card. The cash is different, right? And I thought most of the things I was always buying for was for someone else. I wanted to start enjoying money, and this is when I created the Fun Money account, but I was afraid. Who am I to spend money on myself? So I took a challenge, and it was, put $20 in an envelope, write on it, spend within 48 hours on something for you that you absolutely love. And I thought, okay. So I stuck it in the envelope and I thought about it for a couple of days and I'm like, what do I want to buy myself that I normally wouldn't buy? And I had all kinds of jeans, but I wanted a pair of black jeans. And I thought, where can I get jeans for $20? Well, TJ Maxx. So I, hopped in the car, went to TJ Maxx, went straight to the jean section, found 5 pairs of jeans, all less than $20, went in the dressing room, tried them on. 2 of them fit like a glove. And I thought, wow, look at these. And they were just so comfortable. And I narrowed it down to the 2. And I thought one was $17.42 and one was $12.99. And I thought, well, which one do I want? So I tried them on again and I picked the $12.99 one. And then I ended up getting a shirt to go with it. And I literally had these jeans until January of 25. So a really good investment there, right? So when you think about whatever you choose, okay, what I also did, I've had this dollar bill in my drawer forever since I started this journey. And it just has a little sticky note that says, thank you for the money I've been given throughout my life. And that's very powerful to read this every single day. Thank you for the money I've been given throughout my life. If you think about all the money that you've ever received, wow. There's a lot of money coming your way, but we tend to focus on how it's not sticking with us, how we have to pay our bills. And maybe you're complaining about an investment that you made and you don't feel like you got a good ROI. This makes us believe, okay, it's that false belief system that there's not enough money. So implementing these practices is really going to help you secure your true wealth. And it's going to help you realize that money in your relationship gets to be a partnership. And then you're going to build up this legacy that you're going to realize that money isn't just a number, but it's the ability to understand that I get to multiply it. I get to have money work for me. And so I want you to remember something. You're not broken, okay? You don't need fixing. You are powerful. And today, you just reclaimed another piece of your financial sovereignty. And if you're ready to go deeper, to multiply your money, master your mindset, and truly activate your wealth, I invite you to join me inside my signature program, the Wealth Accelerator. It is a group program for 12 weeks, 12 women, where we dive in and look and create that partnership with money. So go visit idatemoney.com, click on programs if you are ready to activate wealth. Because remember, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it's what you do with it.